He never left his hometown, but he conquered the world of thought. Immanuel Kant. Imagine a man who never traveled more than 60 miles from the house where he was born. For 80 years, he lived in the same city of Königsberg, in East Prussia. He never married. He never saw the ocean. But inside his quiet study, he was rewriting the laws of the human mind. This was Immanuel Kant. He is the man who asked the three biggest questions in history. What can I know? What should I do? And what may I hope? Today we look at the man behind the Clockwork Life. Who was he really? And how did his boring routine change how the entire world thinks? Kant was born in 1724 into a family of 9 children. His father was a humble saddle maker. His parents belonged to a strict religious group called Pietists. They believed in intense hard work, prayer, and duty above all things. Kant was a tiny man, barely 5 feet tall, with a weak and fragile body. He knew that if he wanted to survive, he had to master his mind. But his road to success was slow and painful. After his father died, Kant had to support his siblings. He spent 15 years working as a private tutor for wealthy families. He was a late bloomer. He didn't become a full professor until he was 46 years old. For a long time, the world thought he was just a quiet, average teacher. They had no idea what he was preparing in silence. In 1781, after 10 years of silent thinking, he published The Critique of Pure Reason. This book changed everything. Before Kant, people thought the mind just watched the world like a camera. Kant said, no, the mind is a builder. He argued that our brains have built-in filters, like time and space. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as our minds organize it. But he didn't stop at science. He wanted to solve morality. He created the famous categorical imperative. It's a simple, powerful rule. Only do things that you would want everyone else in the world to do too. He also taught that every human being is an end in themselves. You must never use a person as a tool to get what you want. This idea became the foundation for modern human rights. The clockwork daily life. Kant lived his theories every single day. He believed that discipline is the path to freedom. Every morning, exactly at 5 a.m., his servant Lampe would wake him up. He would study and lecture until exactly 1 p.m. Then, he would host a lunch for his friends. He was actually a funny and charming host, but he had one rule: no talking about philosophy during lunch. Then, at 3:30 p.m., came the famous walk. He walked 8 times up and down the same street every single day. Only once in his life did he miss his walk. That was when he was so busy reading a book by Rousseau that he forgot the time. In his final years, his mind began to fail, but his dignity remained. When he was 80 and dying, he still stood up to honor his doctor.
He said, "The feeling for humanity has not yet left me."
He died in 1804. On his tombstone, they carved his most famous words, "The starry heavens above me, and the moral law within me." The silent conversation. Think about your own journey now. Kant spent 15 years as a nobody, just teaching and waiting. He spent 10 more years in total silence, thinking. We live in a world that demands we be fast and famous right now. But Kant shows us that the deepest work is done in the dark. Your daily practice, your quiet habits, your repetitive work. These are not wasted moments. These are the moments where you are building your own moral law. In the comments today, let's be honest. Do you feel the pressure to be fast every day? Does Kant's quiet, slow life give you a sense of relief? Tell me your story. The BetterMe Echo. Every time you feel like your progress is invisible, remember the man in Königsberg. He never left his town, but he moved the stars. Consistency is not a prison. It is a superpower. If you value the deep, honest climb over the fast shortcut, join us at BetterMe English. Which part of Kant's life or ideas surprised you the most today? I will be in the comments waiting for you. Stay bold, stay honest, and let your daily routine become your masterpiece.
The starry heavens above a cold light, the moral law burning an internal sight. Categorical, the weight of the choice, an echo of freedom in a singular voice.